Meanwhile, in Tupac news,
The shooting of Tupac Shakur once again underscores the violence that has surrounded this man since he shot the superstar.
4 people pulled up, opened fire. Shakur and Knight.
Tupac Shakur was shot several times in the chest. Shakur was pronounced dead.
Machiavelli in this Illuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot. Feel me?
Like when we got hit with Hit 'Em Up, and that joint was cold. We would take your turntables who played Hit 'Em Up. I had to make the call to Biggie, and I said, we're not gonna respond. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Remember, Bad Boys moving silence, man.
Only Gab can do it like this. Bad Boys moving silence, violence. Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building. And this is Machiavelli Media. I got a series I'm putting together for y'all. It's called Bad Boys Moving Silence. And I might hit y'all with 1 or 2 parts, maybe 3. It all depends on how y'all respond to it. If you like it, I'll put it out there. What the man said, if you build it, there it come. You know what I mean? Tupac and Biggie. In the hip-hop world, a story that is known damn near to all of mankind. A story that is going to live throughout the years and, you know, almost as popular as Cain and Abel, straight up. It's the things that happened around Tupac and Biggie's relationship that made it so intriguing. The things we think we know, the things we'll never find out, what makes it intriguing to me. You know what I mean? It's things we will never know, that people will never utter in front of a camera or a microphone. It's conversations that I have and things that I would never say. You know what I mean? Which makes all of this so fascinating. And that's a fact. P.Diddy. You know what? It's so weird to me to see Puffy openly say Tupac's name. It just feels weird. It seems like unnatural. Especially with the things we think we know about Puff Daddy. It just seems so awkward. It was a long time that P. Diddy would not utter that name out of his mouth. He would dance. He would do some of those moves he be doing to avoid those questions. Straight up. He did not want to talk about Tupac at all. But to hear him, you know, in this interview right here, talk about what happened and reminisce when he first heard Hit 'Em Up, when hip-hop first was blasting Hit 'Em Up and Pac first dropped it on him, fresh, hot out the oven. He gave a pretty accurate description how one person might feel when he said, when they heard DJs playing it, they'd take your turntables. Now, he was saying it with a smile in this interview, and, you know, he was jokingly describing what happened. But when he took those turntables from those DJs when they first heard Hit 'Em Up, I know it was out of anger and aggression. And I guarantee you, Puffy didn't physically take those turntables. He might have had a couple of the Goonie Goon Goons take those turntables, but I doubt it was him. You know, from what we understand, Diddy don't like to get his hands dirty. Wink, wink. But it's what he said is what I want to talk about with you today. Puffy said when he heard Hit 'Em Up, he called Biggie and he said, don't respond to it. You know why? Because somebody's going to get hurt. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but if you go back and listen to a lot of those Bad Boy records, they were saying that in the lyrics. Bad boys move in silence. Puffy would come up and say it. Biggie would say it. Bad boys move in silence. Think about this for a minute. Did Puffy tell Biggie, like he said, not to respond to hit him up because it would only escalate the situation? Like you heard Biggie say in the interview, Big, if you feed into it, it's just going, it's going to blow up. If you ain't do it, then just ignore it, right? When they was getting accused of setting Pac up. Or was Diddy telling Biggie, don't respond because when I handle this the way I want to handle it, I don't want no paper trace. I don't want no trail that's going to point back to us for what I want to do. That could be what, in fact, Diddy had in mind. All of my videos, I ask you guys, what do you think? But before we get to that part of the right here, the video, there's more things I want to add to it. The whole situation with Puff Daddy and Murder Rap, from Greg Kading or anybody that ever looked at Diddy or Bad Boy as potential suspects, all said P. Diddy's involvement was surely done out of fear and retaliation. Do you buy that? Do you think the hit 'em up had shaken Diddy so bad, had him so scared? If you add that with the outside activity of people close to Bad Boy getting beat up, the stories of Suge Knight wanting to know P. Diddy's mother's personal address, was it getting that scary for P. Diddy that he had to retaliate? Or the P. Diddy already had things in mind, already had, stuff in motion? And like Murder Rap said, once Tupac dropped Hit 'Em Up, he added Tupac's name to his list. Now, Biggie didn't stay completely silent. You hear a lot of people say, Biggie ain't say nothing. Oh, Biggie said some subliminal stuff. And if you listen to the lyrics, you know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, he was talking about Tupac. He never really came out and said Tupac's name. The line when he say, here, take 6 shots just in case. Pac got hit 5 times earlier. He said 6. An extra one just for good measure. Or like when Long Kiss Goodnight. Man, there's so much stuff in there. I'm not wasting my time with it. You go back and do your homework. We already covered that on the old channel. Long Kiss Goodnight, yeah, Biggie said a whole lot. And from what I understand, that was recorded after Tupac got shot. After the whole Vegas incident. Yeah. Or the other lines he said when Pac was still amongst us, when he say, when my men bust, you just move with such stamina. Slugs miss you. We ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Come on, man. Or the bullets spin you round and round, upside down. It was just so much stuff he was saying, but he just never came out. Pac came out, called him straight out, beating his chest like Mighty Joe Young, like King Kong, saying Biggie name. Nope. Puffy, nope. And the funny part is we heard recordings. We got the recordings. A lot of y'all done heard them. A Puff Daddy on the Bad Boy mixtape who was saying Tupac's name. You know what I mean? Who was saying his name. The whole point of Bad Boys moving in silence is let your actions speak louder than your words. That was the whole point. Yeah, you can do all of this, but we got something planned. That's my interpretation. You know what I mean? Solely based off of what we think we know. Now, what you can prove is something totally different. Diddy has yet to be forced into a courtroom. He's yet to be forced to give a declaration or a testimony of what happened, or his own account, or his whereabouts, or hand over his phone records. None of those things ever happened. Who knows? We have our own idea why those things didn't happen, but nevertheless, it didn't happen. But bad boys move in silence. You know what I mean? How do you interpret what Puffy was saying, you know, when he told Biggie not to respond to Tupac's Venom from Hit 'Em Up? How do you tell a man not to respond to a guy that's saying he slept with your wife? Huh? How do you tell a guy not to respond to a guy who's openly accusing you of setting him up? How do you tell a guy not to respond to a guy who's publicly humiliating him? What are the words that you say to him that make sense, that could probably diffuse the situation? And those words is, in my opinion, let me handle this. I got him. That would be the only thing he could say to me. You know, if I was Biggie, if I knew what Tupac was saying was true. And believe me, Biggie knew what Pac was saying was true, especially regarding Faith, his wife. That's a whole nother interview. A whole nother video right there. Facts on top of facts. Tell me what you think. My favorite part right here, when I'm ready to wrap it up and hear from you guys. What did P.Diddy mean when he told Biggie not to respond? Did he mean if you don't say anything back, it'll go away because it's not true? Or did he mean don't say nothing back because we're going to handle this a whole different way and it won't be on record? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Please share and like this video. Look out for part 2, y'all, with the homie Rel from the 313 live show. This your homie Gab. I'm signing off. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.
Trying to see me weak, hearts I rip.